This week on Earl's Music Emporium, the music of outlaw country punk rocker Joey Only.
Whatever happened to country music anyways? Good question. This ain't no glamorous Nashville country show. I don't have the budgets of the big stars you all know. Won't be no fireworks or light shows on my stage. Just me and my guitar, and I like it that way. I don't have the sex appeal of Dolly or Johnny Cash. Garth always beats me. He's got the 5X hat. I will not get paid today if y'all boo me off this stage. Just me and my guitar, and I like it that way. I won't have a giant crew if they let me out to tour. I may have to ride the bus next time, I ain't sure. Half will leave the bar today, the other half will stay. Just me and my guitar, and I like it that way. I've been called a criminal, been called a degenerate. I got the no chart blues, 'cause I ain't wrote no hits. I'll sing the truest country songs sung by an anarchist. Only Joey and my guitar, and I like it like this. I like it that way, that way. I like it that way, that way. I like it that way.
My general thing is to be funny and carry that punk rock kind of attitude with my music and stay true to that, but also try to find a form of folk and country music that I can kind of go anywhere I want and say anything I want to anybody. And I was sort of telling my friend this morning over breakfast how, I was in the most conservative place in Calgary and singing a song against Harper, and I had the whole room laughing in stitches. I could hear the guy in front of me saying, I voted for him. And I thought, man, that's the power of music. you know, through comedy and through playing a form of music that people relate to, you know, you have a really big canvas to do with what you want.
So last summer, my old cowboy friend Malcolm McLean gives me a call. He says, you gotta come play at my wedding. I said, sure, man, of course. It's gonna be in Bonnyville, Alberta. That's a ways to go. I'll pay you anything you want. Okay, cool. You don't have to pay me, but probably wouldn't be able to come otherwise. I said, what's the date? He said, it's July 29th. And I said, no way, buddy. That's Art Swell's weekend. And he said, come on, you can do it. I said, there's no way, buddy. He said, I gotta go. He was calving 800 cows. It was May, right about now. So he calls me back 2 hours later on his cell phone from the pasture. He says, I talked to Jenny and we changed the wedding date. I said, what's the new date? And he told me. And I didn't even bother telling him that I already had plans. I just canceled my other plans. I figure you're going to pay me that much to come to Bonnyville, Alberta for your wedding, buddy. I'm going to write you a song. This is what I sang for their first dance. She's a vet. He's a cowboy. They just declared their love tonight. They're a musical attraction. It's a song I had to write. It's an Eastern Alberta wedding. Well, the rodeo's in town, just like fate had picked the date. So I had to write it down. For the weather cooperated on that day, and musicians of all kinds, we came out and played, and the whiskey flowed like beer, and the friends that we had near, and the way it was that night, like a song I had to write. Floods and tornadoes, they took the day off, and there was less mud on the ground. We drank and danced under the north light, and I had to write it down. For the weather cooperated on that day, and musicians of all kinds, they came out and played, and the whiskey flowed like beer, and the friends that we had near, and the way it was that night was a song I had to write. She's a vet, he's a cowboy. They just declared their love tonight. Malcolm, Jenny, go start a family. Write the song you gotta write. Well, the weather cooperated on that day, and musicians of all kind, we came out and played, and the whiskey flowed like beer, and the friends that we had near, and the whiskey flowed like beer, and the friends that we had near, and the whiskey flowed like beer, and the friends that we had near, and the way it was that night was a song I had to write.
Sometimes the heavens part and the song comes out of nowhere, and sometimes, like on this new album, some of the songs came together very quickly, and some of them I was working on for 15 years, and I rewrote them 3 or 4 different times. The one I didn't sing it today, but Noble Cause of the Cowboy Soldier, I rewrote that probably 4 times, and every time I liked the version, but it just wasn't quite right.
So this is my brand new album title track, No More Trouble in the Peace. Therefore, the song is called No More Trouble in the Peace. Time to get funny. Well, me and Carl Matson were hanging on the farm, drinking, driving motorbikes all around the barn. Along come a fella from the oil company who's eyeing up the property and talking money. You got the biggest oil field left here in the earth. We're gonna take your farm, son, we're gonna go to work. You're gonna build a pipeline, gonna excavate, frick, frack, and drill and toss sands and rape. Dean come along and he's a little whiskey drunk. He flew off the handle, so we kicked him in the bum. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. Our friend from Folky Strum lives up the road, and Ian heard it all on the cop radio, so he grabbed up Reno, says, we gotta warn Joe that the cops are coming to find the man at fault. Bring Ian into town and charge him for assault. The SWAT team comes, got a dog and chopper too. The oil man's gonna take the farm from you. A thunderstorm was building when the standoff ensued, but Emily knew just what she had to do. She opened up the gates to let the horny bulls run straight for the cops who are pulling on their guns. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. Well, the bulls were running when the lightning bolt hit. It put an extra jump into the cattle step. They're running for the cops who are scared more than a bit. They're slipping, tripping, diving, falling in the cattle. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. As Cora Blood might say, the epilogue to our tale of sadness and woe, the moral of the story. Now, if you don't know, our friend up there in Fort St. John, Mr. Peter von Tiesenhausen, the song's actually kind of more about him than Carl and I, but I stole his story. But you know what he did? He wanted to keep the oil and gas buggers off of his farm, but he's an artist, and he got the brilliant brainwave to patent his farm as an art installation. Intellectual property rights, working for the left wing finally. And now they can't go on his property anymore. So that's all you gotta do, folks. Become an artist and turn everything into art. All right, back back to my made-up story. Tanya was in town when she got the phone call. Went to the cheapest lawyer in the old strip mall. Asked about a patent cause the farm's a work of art. With all that welding, building, and cattle parts. Malcolm McLean and everyone you need. They threw the benefits show there to pay the lawyer fee. The show was fabulous, yes, I was a stop. We won the lawsuit, so we had an open bar at the Roller Pub. Then we went to celebrate, beating up the oil man and everyone we hate. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace, trouble in the peace. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, no trouble in the peace, no trouble in the peace. There'll be no more trouble in the peace, 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 no trouble in the peace, no trouble in the peace.
You know, the No Trouble in the Peace song, it just kind of came to me, I should write this song. And then I just kind of started playing with the words for weeks while driving around. And suddenly when it was time to write it, I sat down and the whole thing came out in 5 minutes. Like, just, you know, with a song with so many tongue twisters and words, that seems bizarre. But, you know, it spent quite a bit of time percolating up there first.
Hey, it's me again. Remember me? All right, so lost a lot of friends the last few years. This song's for them. I'm thinking about one in particular this week. It's his birthday. This one's for you, Todd. The party is over and no one is sober tonight. It's been a gooder, but the end is now within sight. I must say goodbye in case one of us old cowboys dies. I'm gonna pray and yell at God to ask him why. You might find me tonight in a cold wooden box. I'm all covered in gravels and maggots and rocks, with the worms crawling in and the worms crawling out, while the women are wailing, the men drink and shout. 'Cause I may never get younger, I'm just marching forward and I'll never look better. I keep growing older, there's so much to miss, there's so much to do. Everything good that I had was with you. No one escapes it and nobody makes it alive. There's no fast forward, no pause, and no kind of rewind. You can't start it over, then catch the rerun the next time. Movies aren't real even when they have real good advice. You might find me tonight in a cold wooden box, all covered in gravels and maggots and rocks, with the worms crawling in and the worms crawling out, while the women are wailing, the men drink and shout. 'Cause I may never get younger, I'm just marching forward, I'll never look better. I keep growing older, there's so much to miss, there's so much to do. Everything good that I had was with you. I'm off to Valhalla, Nirvana, for Jesus to judge. Been reincarnating, been waiting for someone to budge. My ancestors greet me with friends I have lost in the past. From the moment you're born, you're heading to that grave really fast. You might find me tonight, my energy's fading, and I've come off the market. My stock isn't trading. I'm void of emotion and I'm void of desire, and my love's burning up on a funeral pyre. You might find that I'm leaving and going to the stars. I won't know your face, I won't know who you are. My soul will be stomping, I'll be with Tom Connors. We'll all be drinking with past country singers, swingers and thinkers, and all of us goners. Thanks for the good times, it's been such an honor. The Stompin' Tom story. Long live Stompin' Tom. He was born in old New Brunswick in the year of 1936. He was forced into adoption. No, he never lived like other children did. He used his thumb to cross the country, and he found himself in North Ontario. Stompin' Tom was broke down in Timmins when he played his first country music show. Tom Connors hitchhiked across the country. He went real slow across the plains. He played all that kind of music that has made the country proud to say his name. 50 years, a country rebel. He sang the songs and tales of Canada. He never tried south of the border. No, he never sang inside America. When he received a couple Junos, this side of that he was sent him back because of all the corrupt Canuck artists who went down south and never did come back. Tom Connors hitchhiked across the country. He went real slow across the plains. He played all that kind of music that has made the country proud to say his name. Say his name. Tom Connors hitchhiked across the country. He went real slow across the plains. He played all that kind of music that has made the country proud to say his name. 70 years and more and counting, from 1936 to 2013. Stompin' Tom made his mark forever, the stompin' king of Canadian country history. Throughout the land, it's undisputed that Stompin' Tom Connors hit the top. All the way up north, for all the Canucks, the kind of music he began would never stop. Tom Connors hitchhiked across the country. He went real slow across the plains. He played all that kind of music that has made the country proud to say his name. Tom Connors hitchhiked across the country. He went real slow across the plains. He played all that kind of music that has made the country proud to say his name. That has made the country proud to say his name. That has made the country proud.
Who knows? I feel like I'm ready to get on another kick of songwriting again. I've had enough hard experiences in my life lately to have a well of information and experiences to draw from.
This is Haligonian Hellride from my 2010 album Transgression Trail. True stories. Here we are drinking in a cargo van, and we got no insurance and we got no plan, and the seats are illegal in this white piss can. Some say we play country, but we're a punk band. Honky tonk hill ride to the east coast, 10 shows to play with my raw sore throat. Pickens on the banjo and Lando's on the bass. Justin mostly played his Pabst beer case. The boys are from Kingston, back close to home, and we used to play metal, but we're growing old. Then came Joey only with the telly in my hand. I wanna tour the east, so would you be my band? Then Fuzzy on the drums gave the pedal a kick. His old Uncle Al played a fiddle and lick, and the band's gonna drive 3,000 clicks. And if we make it a comeback, we'll see some nice French chicks. Honky tonk hill ride to the East Coast, 10 shows to play with my raw sore throat. Pickens on the banjo and Lando's on the bass. Justin mostly played his Pabst beer case. Should have seen the show in Charlottetown. Guess they're spitting on each other and pouring beer down. And you should have seen the show at Bar La Trash. Well, Lando played basic girl undone his pants. True story. Honky tonk hill ride to the East Coast, 10 shows to play with my raw sore throat. Pickens on the banjo and Lando's on the bass. Justin mostly played his Pabst beer case. Driving all night looking pale as ghosts until we see the Lake Ontario coast. I got one show to play and no, we can't stay sober. I need the hair and the dogs from a poor hangover. Honky tonk hill ride to the East Coast, 10 shows to play with my raw sore throat. Pickens on the banjo and Lando's on the bass. Justin mostly played his Pabst beer case. A honky tonk hill ride to the East Coast, 10 shows to play with my raw sore throat. Pickens on the banjo and Lando's on the bass. Justin mostly played his Pabst beer case.